Welcome back, everybody, to the continuation of our recap of Pyanodons on Twitch. So, we've been quite busy, actually. This recap is consisting of two distinct streams. We streamed on Monday and we streamed on Tuesday. The Tuesday slot currently is empty because we used to play Rimworld on Tuesdays, and the colony burned down, and I just need some space between me and the Rimworld colony at the moment. So, Rimworld is on the top shelf for a couple of weeks, probably. In the meantime, we did play a little bit more Pyanodons, but the Tuesday slot will be replaced by something else. But we were very busy. You might already notice over here, this intersection got a bit of an upgrade. It's not the best intersection you can make, but it's the intersection we're going to use for now. And we got a path going to the right. And the path to the right over here goes all the way over here, through the forest, all the way down to where we have our titanium processor. I'm pretty sure that we have not shown this thing off yet. The titanium processor over here is more or less just basic titanium processing. We take the titanium ore in, we sort it once in these screeners into titanium, where is it? There it is. Into titanium grade 1 and titanium grade 2. 3 of these eat 5 per second, and 5 per second is more than enough because the mines over here, they are very slow, and the field over here is not that big. So making it this small is good for us. As you can already see, it's completely and utterly backed up. Yeah, we didn't need to make this any bigger for now. Good, but we take in 5 titanium ore per second, and we turn that into 1 titanium grade 1 per second and 0.5 titanium grade 2 per second. The titanium grade 2 goes down here, where we will be crushing it into titanium grade 1. And of course, if we do that, one of these machines takes 0.333 titanium grade 2 per second. We get 0.5. So we need 2 of them. Good. And then we take all the titanium grade 1, which is... we get 1 per second over here, and then this over here turns our 0.5 into 0.25 titanium grade 1. So we get 1.25 titanium grade 1 over here going back up. And the next step is yet again another automated screener, and every one of these eats 1 per second. And since we're slightly over 1 per second, we need 2 of them. So we have 2 of them over here. Good. And then this process over here makes us titanium grade 3, which we want to use for smelting, and titanium rejects. And the rejects we just have to crush one more time into more titanium grade 3. So we take it all together, and we put it out on the belt over here, and we send it off to the smelter. The smelter itself is still the same. It's still the same old smelter. I didn't really feel like changing this up because, well, you can see it does the trick. There's nothing to be done over here. It does everything we need it to. And we're completely and utterly backed up on titanium plate for now. That will probably change in the future, but for now, we are fine over here. But the train track over here, it goes further. It goes further down, all the way over here. Ooh. Yeah, the explosive sheep zoot processor, yes. We used to have quite a bit of zoot, and this thing is already backed up, as you can see. We used to have quite a lot of zoot coming from all the way over here. Where is that thing? This thing over here. And we're trying to empty out the chests over here. It's slowly progressing. The inserters are terribly slow at it. But all these chests over here used to be full. And all the zoot is now, well, it's now going up into here, but this thing is also full already. So we should probably start doing something with these ores over here. And you can already see, we're backing up on copper ore, we're backing up on iron ore, we're backing up, not on ash. We have 1 shipment available of aluminum ore, 1 of zinc ore, and 1 of lead ore. This thing over here is a really nice way to just make some additional ores. However, that will mean that at some point in time, we will have to have a kind of system, any kind of system will do, where we will be able to input these ores. And currently, well, we're more or less mining or processing on site, which is fine. But we have unlocked, we've not done it yet, but we have unlocked logistic science over here. And this will unlock us the level 2 processing technologies over here. And these over here, these are kind of worth to build big, because you do want to have a big Mark II iron plant. You do want to have a big Mark II steel plants, definitely this one, and stuff like that. So we will probably be spending a lot of time in ore processing soon. And the good thing about all of these Mark II recipes over here, they don't require any kind of weird liquids. None of these over here require you to bring in any kind of weird liquids. If you go to the tier 3 levels, you will see suddenly you need like crucilic acid. Well, creosote, we have that. Aerofloat, soda ash regeneration solution, This one is fine. This one requires kerosene. This one requires grease. Oh. Yeah, up to level 2, all of the ore processing is more or less self-contained. Starting with level 3 processing, you will definitely have a whole bunch of cross elements you have to put in. So we're gonna make some big Mark II machines, and at some point in time we're gonna make an optional Mark III machine, but that is far, far, far in the future. That's nothing we have to worry about right now. Good, but that is the Zoot processor, and well, it's pretty straightforward. This thing over here can consume a full yellow belt of Zoot and turn it into, well, this magnificent rainbow of ore, which then goes into these stations over here. I could have gone, of course, with dedicated belts per thing, per thing over here, but it's not really required, because if you take a look at the Zoot recipe, that thing is over here. We put in 2 items of Zoot, and we get out 0.2 iron, 0.2 copper, 0.3 ash, 0.1 aluminum, 0.1 zinc, 0.1 lead. If you add it all together, you will notice that comes up to exactly 1 item per second, which means we get half a yellow belt out of this one. So this over here is fine, perfectly fine. Good. But the train track, it goes further. It goes all the way over here past Ognotz, all the way down here into Clippy. Chat demanded that this thing over here is called Clippy because it kind of looks like Clippy, and we had a very long discussion about Microsoft Bob, and still people are tormented about it seems. Good, but we finished up the rock food machine over here. The food is currently backing up, mostly because, well, we're not really using much of our rocks at the moment, mostly because we got way too many over here, which is perfectly fine, absolutely fine. We're completely backing up on guts, meat, brains, and chitin, which is absolutely amazing. But the rock food machine over here is great. We got all the seaweed over here to turn into the agar. The agar goes into the machine directly. We need some tin plates. The tin plate comes in via train. We need some of these foggies over here. Well, they're being made on site and go in straight away. Same for the moss down here, and same for the wood down here. The only thing that's interesting is the cellulose over here. The cellulose, we do cook up some saline water over here and use the better recipe with sodium hydroxide to make more cellulose, and even this over here is completely and utterly backing up. I should probably put some lamps down here because it's kind of dark. There are some lamps around, but not a lot. Sorry about that. Good. Let's maybe go down there real quick. We can just take the train. Yeah, this train over here will do. In there. That's the stone train, and let's just drive over there. Then I can maybe also put in some lamps, you know? And the stone shipments are coming in over there, so just go over there. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Good, 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 good. We actually probably have to jump out, because if we park the train over there, that's actually a bit of an issue. If we park him over there, the inserters will eat whatever's in the train, and they will put ash on the belt. And we don't really want to put ash on the belt, because the inserters will then pick out the ash that's... Ooh, give me that. There we go. Good, 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 good. Do have some lamps on me. I came prepared. I don't. I can make 2. Sure, sure. But we should definitely put 1 lamp right over here. There we go. Now we can see. Now we can see. This thing down here. This thing down here is kind of interesting. Let's put a lamp down here. There we go. Now we can see a bit better. This over here is making the steam. And we got this special tank set up over here. And the thing I'm trying to do over here is... I don't really want to bring in any kind of specific liquid. I want to bring in a liquid that we can use for combustion. And it used to be combustion liquid over here. That used to be a thing in the previous Pi version. The symbol is still in, but the recipes and the whole process behind it, that doesn't exist anymore. That's the old way how we used to make power. But one thing we do have over here is I don't really care what kind of liquid we burn off over here, as long as it is some kind of high-level fuel value. And what I kind of try to do over here is make a system where we can switch liquids, and it's somewhat working. At least this one over here I've not seen get stuck yet. We've got another one over here that does get stuck, this one over here, and it might just be stuck again. No, it's not stuck. And we also don't really have a good example over here, but this one over here switches between gasoline and kerosene. As well, it prioritizes kerosene, gasoline over here at the moment, because both of these stations over here are combustion mixture providers. So this train over here will either fill up on gasoline or it will fill up on kerosene, depending on which one is available. Bring it to one of these stations, put it into these tanks, and if there's still another kind of liquid over there, these liquids over here will not pass through. So this one over here will be used up first before these over here go in. That's how these pumps over here work. However, it seems that every now and then on a high moon we have like a sliver, like really a sliver, about a floating point of 0.00001 amount of liquid left of the other liquid in the pipe. And if that happens, the whole system over here gets stuck. And that's kind of annoying. There are mods out there that help out with that. I might install something like that at some point in time. But that's a thing we've been working on and thinking about. And this is still an experimental state. I kind of want to make it work without using any mods, because if we can make it work without any mods, then we can also use it in vanilla. Though I don't think we will ever be using it in vanilla, but I do love myself a vanilla solution. Good, 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 good. So that's all the food, and all the food goes, of course, into the farm over here, which allows us to make the better recipe over here for the rocks, as well as for the eggs. The eggs over here also use the rock food, and we now make way more eggs. I think we do need to make a little bit more eggs over here, because half of the eggs are only going into here. The other half of the eggs is going down here into this special building. Now, what is this, you might ask? Well, this over here is the rock breeding program. This over here is where we're trying to make a Mark II rock, and we need 2 of them. And currently we have 0. And I'm saying trying to, because this recipe over here has a 0.5% chance of making a Mark II rock, which means, well, it will take a while. It seems the average we need to do is about 800 cycles to get to a Mark II, and we are at 273 crafting cycles, so we're not close yet. We can maybe be lucky over here. Maybe we are lucky and we can see this one come out over here. But you can already see it takes like 50 cocoons, a bit of floor, a bit of flowers, a bit of sap, and a bit of rock fruit. And with a bit of luck, we get a rock Mark II. With a bit of more luck, we get some extra rocks, and we definitely get our water barrels back. But this is a thing. You should set this up at some point in time, as early as you can, more or less. You should set this up as early as you can, because this process over here is gonna take some time. The crafting recipe over here takes 30 seconds. We were not lucky. And it's not even running at 30 seconds. It's more, I think, running like once per minute. And 800 cycles, that would then be 800 minutes. And if you calculate that down, that will be something like 12 hours. So this over here is definitely going to take some time. We can, of course, speed it up by just making more of them. Just make like 10 of them, and suddenly those 8 hours turn into 0.8 hours. But the amount of food and stuff you have to put in would be ludicrous. And maybe just set up one, let it spin. At some point in time, you're going to get the thing you want to, and then you're going to be happy. Good, 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 good. But that's not all we made. We made quite a bit in these 2 days. But we definitely finished off this thing over here. Let's have a look. Did we do anything over here? Oh, yes, we did. We are thinking about setting up the breeding cycle for the cotton guts. The cotton guts is what we need to do for the logistics science, but we'll not be covering that today. We'll be covering that in the next one, I guess. And what we also started up is the breeding cycle of the Ralishas. Same for the Foggies. We need to make some Foggies to fill up the Foggy farms. This thing over here makes Ralishas so we can fill up the Ralisha farm, and this thing is just going to sit and spin and spin and spin until we have enough Ralishas to fill up our farm. And we've already designed the farm and partially constructed it. It sits over here. Here we go. It's a very simple farm design. The ratio of Ralisha plantations to botanical nurseries is 1 to 8.5 if you use the recipe with the hydrogen over there. If you use the other recipe, it might be a different ratio. We got this recipe over here as well. I didn't really calculate this recipe. I didn't really care about it too much because we have this one available, and this one is pretty easy to do. So it's just a bit of dirt and a bit of electrolyzing, and that will be fine. That will be fine. And as you can see, the bots over here are set up to build it, but, well, we still need some materials over here. We definitely also need some more plantations. And making Ralisha plantations, good God, are they expensive? Well, not really expensive in terms of material, but expensive in items you have to put into there. You have to put in 300 soil, 100 glass, some intermetallics, 30 iron plates, 20 lamps, simple circuit boards, small parts, duralumin, treated wood. You have to put so much stuff in there. We spent at least 20 minutes crafting the first 18 over here, and we still need 18 more. Good. But what are we going to do with these Valishas? Well, this will also be a thing for the future, but I'm just going to give you like a little peek. The most thing we need is the seeds, because we need the seeds for the cotton guts. As you can see over here, they do rely on Relisha seeds. We also needed to make the starch, and the starch is over here. There we go. And the starch is made out of powdered Relisha seeds. So we take some of these seeds, powder them up, and turn them into starch. Good. There's one more thing we can show off, I think. And I'm trying to keep this a little bit short and snappy because, well, there has been a lot to do, and there's still a lot to do. Let's see if we can find a train. I think I know where we can find a train. We can... Oh. Maybe we just take you. You're fine. We're going to take you. If you're still over there, then we're going to take you. Good. Get in there. Oh. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Actually, that's not fine. If we park you over there, then you're gonna block the whole section. Let's not use you. Let's use you, because you have a parking spot over there. And maybe you... Can we maybe just send you back to where we came from? Yeah, just go back to over there. Have fun over there. And you... Go back to your provider. There we go. You can see that these both trains can go in parallel because of the way we set up the signals over here. What we have over here is more or less a set of big blocks. So multiple trains can drive on the single dual layer lane over here. But yeah, it still has a lot of limitations. But for now, the system over here is perfectly fine, since we don't really have a high throughput system yet. So we don't really need to think too much about it. Good, you're over there. Pull yourself off. Run away. Are you immediately going back? You are immediately going back. Good. So, there's one more thing we did. And that's also a thing you might want to do kind of early-ish. As soon as you get it, more or less. A recipe to make moss Mark II. Because all these moss farms over here, these are all nice and all. But we're going to need metric tons of moss in the future. So we set ourselves up a little system over here to make Moss Mark II, and we put it right next to the zinc farm over there, because the zinc processing place, because the zinc processing place over here makes a lot of soil, but we kind of ate that, and you are currently without any extra dirt water. Oh, shite. Is there a car near here? Oh, there's a car over there. There might, actually, we could just get some iron plate like this. Here we go. Pocket, oh god, that's a lot of pocket crafting. Let's have a look at the car real quick, shall we? Do you have some pipes in you? Yes, you do. Lovely. I'll take them. Stop that. Yeah, drop it on the floor. Yeah. Have this. I don't care. Yeah, that should be enough pipe for us to work with. Perfect. Yeah, I'm kind of starting to litter more and more cars around. I think we have at least 6 or 7 on the map. Because most of the time, I'm too lazy to look for my car. I just make a new one. Good. How do we get this over there? Well, we can try this. We can try that. Oh, not like this. That's perfect. There we go. At least this way around. What we maybe should do is something like this. Can we make one of these underflows? Drop it on the floor. Drop it on the floor. What's in the way now? Nothing is in the way. You are... Oh, you're making an overflow, and we turn the overflow into an underflow. I see. Really? Is that the recipe? No, I had an overflow in my pocket. That's why we had that. Okay, put you over there. Here we go. There we go. There we go. Good. And then that's a check valve. That's not even underflow. God, God dang it. Need one of these. There we go. Pick this thing up again. Good. But yeah, we're making Moss Mark II over here, and Moss Mark II has the chance of 0.0. Actually, that's not correct. I think the chance is 0.2%. No, it should be a 2% chance. You get the 2% chance to make a Moss Mark II. So we made 5 of these. so that we have more or less a 10% chance if you squint your eyes together to make Moss Mark II. And this thing has been running for a bit, just a bit, not a lot, but a bit. And we already have a bit of Moss Mark II. And let's pick it up real quick if I can, if my inventory allows it. I got too much shot in here. Yeah, you need the radar. You definitely need the radar. There we go. And we can just upgrade this to Moss Mark II. Here we go. And we can now compare these machines. This machine over here now has a crafting speed of 2. This machine over here has a crafting speed of 1. So an upgrade to Moss Mark II is definitely worth your time. Absolutely. Also, we had a bit of a misbuild. I'm not quite sure why I did this, but we have now an input over here and an input over there for... Actually, we only have an input over here. This input over there does nothing. Yeah, this was the last build we did yesterday. And usually the last build we do, that usually gets a bit loony and goofy. Good. But we're gonna upgrade these with Mark II first, so that we can make Mark II Moss faster. And having Mark II Moss is very good, because we do need quite a Moss pretty much everywhere. Maybe at some point in time we're gonna make a centralized Moss farm. Maybe, but at the moment we're just gonna focus on what we have. Also, a nice thing you can do with Moss Mark II, you can already see over here that we have the issue that we're not getting enough stone in. We could upgrade all of these to Moss Mark II and go back a recipe and go back, for example, to this recipe. This then will be running at twice the crafting speed, so we've been making 16 every 100 over here compared to the 16 every 80 over here, but we would skip on the stone. And skipping on the stone might be good. Good, but I'm pretty sure we covered everything. So next time around on stream, which will be this Thursday, the December 29th, we are going to be focusing on making the cotton guts and maybe even getting all the way into logistics science. Where is that thing? There's still something we need to do over here with logistics science. We still need to make some animal samples, some poor alien samples, some solidified Sarkoras. The batteries we already have, so that's good. The animal samples I don't think are too hard to do. Let's have a quick look at that. Animal samples are... I'm not quite sure why they're in cold processing, but they're over here. Animal samples is more or less butchering creatures and combining them with plasmids. And then we get an animal sample. The biological sample is bone meal. That's going to be annoying. Native flora, incubated petri dishes, urea, and Berlicia seeds. And then the poor alien samples is the biological sample together with some ground sample. And the ground sample is just rich clay and soil. And then we get some poor alien samples. Are we missing something then for the logistics science? Oh yeah, we need the Sarkoras. There we go. That's over there. And the Sarkoras is basic substrate. That's the thing we need for the previous science, so we need to make another one of those. Native flora, cotton guts, plasmids, and depolymerized cooked poop. There we go. So everything is not too hard. We have everything available for this. It's just that we need to do some stuff. The only thing I'm kind of curious about is bone meal at the moment. We should be able to make bone meal. Here it is. Ah, we cook up bones. Okay. There used to be a different recipe in the past, but I guess we just cook up bones. Good! That will be it for today. If you do like what you see, please do leave a like, a follow, a comment, a subscription. Every one of those actions does help me out in growing my channels into something bloody amazing. You can also find me on twitch.tv/BoldViking, where we do Pyanodons. Oh, what, really? We also do Valheim at the moment, and we will be switching up games soon. We're also doing some GTFO over there, and without further ado, I wish you all an amazing evening, and until next time, see you around!